Hi guys, today I'm going to do the throwback tag. There are only 15 questions and yeah, why not? So I'll just get started now. Question 1. What year were you born in? I was born in 1984. Question 2. Do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger? If so, do show them. Yeah, I will put a picture in here. Question 3. What TV shows did you grow up watching? We used to watch and The Boss, is that what it was called? But the father and the daughter, we used to watch that. We were never allowed to watch like The Simpsons and those kind of programs at all. What else did we watch? The Turtles and oh my god, the Three Musketeers and those kind of things. So question 4, what did you want to be when you grew up, and do you still want to be that? I wanted to be a midwife when I grew up, but I don't really want to be that anymore. I wanted to mind the babies, that's what I wanted. That's the only reason why I wanted to be a midwife, really, was just to play with the babies and mind the babies. So instead I am a childcare worker. So question 5, show a video of yourself when you were younger. I actually don't have a video of myself when I was younger, but yeah, I'll put in an extra picture or two. Question 6, what were your favourite toys to play with? We had this big plastic teddy bear and it had all different buttons and different things to turn and everything like that on there. That was my favourite one. We actually still have it downstairs and my niece and nephews play with it. And the other one was my doll, and this is her, and her name is Michelle, and now my niece plays with it and my nephews as well when they want to. But there she is. So I got her when I was 5 or 6, and yeah, and I believe that she was a real baby. She wasn't a doll. And if somebody called her a doll, they were in trouble. They were, I was not happy because she is a baby, not a doll. Question 7. What's the most embarrassing thing that you can remember doing? I suppose, I don't know really. I can't remember any real embarrassing things. I remember the night before my communion, my Holy Communion, I went around and asked people where my presents were because I didn't know and my mother killed me. Well, that's all. Okay, question 8. Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten. I don't have that either. And we wouldn't have, there's no kindergartens in Ireland, so. Question 9. 3 songs you loved to listen to as a child. Okay, anything to do with Status Quo. My mother was a huge Status Quo fan, so Status Quo, any of them. Labby Sifri, Something Inside So Strong, and Wet Wet Wet's Love Is All Around. They were just my favourite, all of them. And Mary Black. If you don't know Mary Black, she's an Irish singer, and I actually loved her as well. So any of her songs. So number 10. What was one of the funny things you dressed up as for Halloween when you were younger? Jasmine from Aladdin. And I just used to dress up as witches with the black sack over me and my hat, or the ones that we used to make in school. It was funny. 11. Tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were younger. I remember my mother had a friend, her name is Rita, and she lived across the road from us in a different house that we lived in. And I remember her coming over, and myself and my sister and her daughter, we got pairs of tights and we put them over our head and we were pulling our head so our faces would go up and make all funny shapes and faces and all that kind of stuff, and that was hilarious. That's one of my funniest memories ever. Question 12. So question 12, are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? I kept Michelle, obviously. We have some toys downstairs that we kept as well. And this is a poster that I had when I had it for my communion, I think it was, and it's kind of a religious postery kind of thing. I can't remember. I think it was my mother that got it for me. I'm not sure. And anyway, but there's two little girls, and I used to think that that was me and my sister. So yeah, so that's what I have. And question 13. What was something weird you used to do as a child? I used to Irish dance everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. I used to do it all the time. It didn't matter where we were. My mother wasn't even able to hold my hand when I was little because I was just dancing. I was Irish dancing all the time, through the streets, through everywhere, wherever we went. 14. What's the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? When I was about 5 or 6, my mother used to have, she had a knitting machine, and when I was about 5 or 6, because as I said, like I did Irish dancing everywhere. I did Irish dancing absolutely everywhere, and she said to me, "Don't do it here. Don't come into this," because it was in a living room. So my mother had this huge knitting machine, and she told me, "Don't mess around in here, and be very careful, and you know, like, don't do your Irish dancing here." And I did it, and the knitting machine fell on me, and it got stuck into my leg basically. So I have a mark on my leg, I have a scar on there, and it's like the shape of an eye. So yeah, it was absolutely awful. I'll never forget it. Question 15. How is the world now different from how it was when you were younger? I think people are much greedier now. I think people are grabbers. They want everything. There's so much badness in the world now, and there wasn't as much then. I'm not saying that there wasn't any. Obviously, there's badness going around everywhere, but still, there's so much going on now, and there wasn't as much then. So hopefully that'll change, but I don't know. Anyway, that was the throwback tag, and I'll leave the questions down below, and please do it. And I'd love to watch them. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.